Hi, my name's Natalie, and I want to talk to you today about some of the biggest energy leaks that we can have that stop us from fulfilling our soul's purpose. You are here for a reason, and it is not just to eat, work, maybe have babies, and then retire and die. There is something bigger, and what stands between you and that calling is often going to be connected with fear. And it comes in various guises, and one of the big ones I think is perfectionism. Perfectionism, permission, and problems. So maybe problems and perfectionism are very closely linked. So we're kind of waiting until we've got nothing wrong with us, we're less tired, we're less busy, we're more, healed, and then we'll be able to, do what we're here to really do. Maybe it's when we've got enough money, when we've got the right body, when we can touch our toes. It's all sorts of excuses and ideas that are blocking us from stepping into what it is we're really here to do. And we're in a time that is really calling for us to all wake up. And if you look around, you can see maybe that there's a fairly big collective hypnosis going on, where we're kind of in this culture or cult, it's another word for it, to live those lives that are kind of set up with consumption, consuming, instant gratification, things that aren't very fulfilling. So they're all temporary, and they're all connected to the body and connected to the idea that we're separate, that we're just a separate body. And it's a very painful way to live, and it is what is connected to this fear. Fear is when we identify with being just a body. So in my life, I've had some big turning points, and when I was about 30, I did some Hatha teacher training, and I almost got to the end to do the exam. In fact, I did everything except for the actual exam. And I just dropped it. And I just thought, well, I'm just not good enough. I can't do all the postures. I don't look like, a yoga teacher is meant to look like. So it's all these very superficial ideas about what it meant to be, a yoga teacher or practitioner even. So, and it was very unlike me. I like to get the certificate and get things ticked off. And so I dropped it because I didn't think I was good enough, basically. I wasn't perfect. And then it took me another 11 years before I, thankfully, lost a job, and that led me into finding Kundalini Yoga and all sorts of other amazing things that I've gathered on the path, and which I have given myself permission to enjoy and to follow. That was the other big P, permission. So permission to want what you want. Because, and I don't mean it in a kind of you're lacking something and you need that to fulfill you. It's in a way of like, wow, this really excites me and I would love to do that. So we're not coming from a place of lack. We're just coming from a place of alignment with who you really are, what you're here to express and experience and learn. And that is a blissful path. So the fear that I felt that I didn't want to feel back when I was 30, I had the blessing of going through that when I did my Kundalini Yoga teacher training. And I remember quite clearly getting towards we're on the weekend of the exam, and I was I was sitting at the breakfast table with my fellow students, and I remember just sobbing uncontrollably. It was like this visceral kind of everything coming up. It's like all the darkness, all the stuff that I hadn't faced in that previous time, and it's hilarious to think about it now. It makes me laugh so much, but at the time I just felt like I was going to die. Oh no, I'm going to have to speak in front of someone. And I was even kind of stuck in bed one of the mornings, and couldn't get out for a while. I felt really ill, and it was all just this fear. And so that was a real gift to go through that and to release what I think was probably quite a few lifetimes of fear. So yeah, blessings come in different forms, and we're always being given messages, and sometimes if we don't hear them, they can become louder and louder until you get that, like me, my post became redundant, and that was like, whoa, that was a shock. Even though I knew I really, really hated what I was doing, it was destroying me, mentally and emotionally, and sapping my soul, my will to live. And it was a blessing. So I can see that, and you can probably see that too. There are times in your life, or maybe you're in one now, where you've got maybe dis-ease in some way, either in your body. The message gets louder and louder. If we ignore it, it becomes either something in the body, or our relationship falls apart, or we lose a job, or there's a catalyst, and it is really fuel for the transformation, and to get us back, as a catalyst, to get us back onto our path, and to question, what is it? Why am I here? What you're here to be who you are here to be, unique. And Yogi Bhajan said, we're here to, our birthright is to be happy, healthy, and holy. And holy just means whole. We're living a whole life, including that spirit, that connection that is what we're all part of, and we all come from. So it's time to stop waiting, to stop putting it off, stop waiting for someone to give you permission, like someone you think who's an authority figure, that we have these emotions and feelings, and it actually won't kill us to have an emotion. And one of these great tools that I use in my coaching is called the emotional guidance system. And I want to just offer that to you now. And then I'm going to put a link down for a fantastic meditation to get rid of fear. Or to, it's going to bring you into a space that's really powerful, peaceful, and amazing for your nervous system, so that everything becomes much clearer, and you can you can hear the call of your soul. So emotional guidance system. So when we feel something, it is literally you're recognizing that there is something that you're thinking that's out of alignment with how your soul or your spirit or source energy sees things. So whatever you want to call that, divine alignment. So it's letting you know if this is your truth, your alignment, your soul, and the further away you get from that, the worse you feel. So the worse you feel, you're thinking thoughts that are just so far away from the truth, like I'm not good enough, all those negative kind of fearful thoughts. And so in a way, it lets you know that your emotional guidance system is working. So that's great. It's great to have a feeling and feel the feeling, and that's fine, and breathe through it, breathe deeply. And then bring yourself back. You can do this in different ways, including the meditation that I'm sending you. You can take a deep breath into the belly. You can just remember the truth of who you are, which is vastness, eternal, changeless, deathless. consciousness, pure awareness. You can choose a different thought. We have free will, and that's what we're given it for. We get to choose the thoughts. We have a positive mind, so we use it to look for the positive in a situation. Look for the possibilities rather than what you think can't be done. So this is a revelation for some people to think, oh, actually, I can change my thoughts. That's what we're experiencing, is the product of our thinking around us, and that's the collective, what we're experiencing externally, collectively, is the insanity of our own thinking system. So beliefs are just those thoughts that we keep thinking, and we have a choice. So we can, from the inside, we change, we create peace, we connect with what we're here to do, we realize that we're all one, and then that is flowing out and reflected in the world around us. So that's why I've called my program Choose Yourself and Change the World. Not to choose your pleasure and avoiding pain, but to choose yourself with a capital S, the one that's here to bring heaven to earth. That's what we're here to do. And we can't wait for someone else to do that. Things are becoming very urgent. So I invite you to step into the greatest version of yourself and know that you are worthy of being happy and healthy and whole. And if you'd like some help with that, please get in contact. I love coaching women, and I have various programs that walk you through, and I hold your hand and teach you all of the other tools that I've found really useful in my own life, including a mix of Kundalini, yoga, meditation, and many other tools. So that help you with your emotional and your emotions and your mindset, and connecting with who you really are. So thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video and found it useful. And the meditation, make sure you do it. Don't just watch it, do it, and you'll feel it. You'll experience the difference. Satnam. Have an amazing day.